as things circle back toward Louisville and Oaks and Derby weekend, there are perhaps no more popular sets of connections that are headed back after the winter to Kentucky than Red Dog Hartlage and Anita Cawley and Joe Johnson and On Fire Baby and her win on Saturday in the Honeybee, the next chapter. Red Dog, congratulations.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you. She did everything we thought she could, and she showed it.
You got that right, and it was Mrs. Cawley's birthday, and Gary, it feels like this is a story that is kind of, becoming a fairy tale.
Yeah, it is, and for Nita, it couldn't be better. She's been in about 25 years, so it was kind of a dream. This horse has made everything happen. She's just a step above everything we've ever had. So, and believe me, we're enjoying it too.
Well, no matter what you decide, when it comes time for her to run back into Downs, there's going to be a paddock and I suppose a winner's circle. Depending on the way this all unfolds, they may have to build an addition to the winner's circle if this story goes in the direction some people are hoping.
Yep, I think there was 86 in the Goldwater or so I imagine it'll probably be 150 this time. But she's picking up fans. They've got her on Facebook, and it's really something they do. She's really just taking it to a different level, and so far everybody's handling it well, and most of all she is. So that's the main thing. She's taking everything in stride and seems to be getting better with age. It's hard for me to say that because I knew how good she was last May. So, and she just keep on. It's a dream to watch her train every day. So, makes my job a lot easier.
Give us a couple of thoughts on some of the things that transpired specifically on Saturday. Let's first address that you went ahead and decided to add race day med to her and give her Lasix for the first time. Explain that thought process.
Well, mainly, there's just not been enough research out there to really say that it doesn't help a horse.
Oh, sure.
I mean. Most all the vets we talk to says it helps. So until they get some kind of further research that it hurts the horse or something, we're just going to continue to use it. And that's the reason why we're doing that, because right now we think it does more good than it does harm. So we're gonna stick with Lasix.
Did she exhibit any bleeding at all in the Smarty Jones?
No,
or?
everything. She just was a little bit blah that day and everything. Damn. But we talked about it in December. Anita wishes there was a lot better survey on the Lasix than what has been done. And so we tried to keep her off of it and just do the thing. But then we was getting backflashes about from our vets saying if you think it does that much better. So until they prove one way or the other, we're going to just stick on Lasix.
Fair enough. And then let's talk about the way the race unfolded. Amy's Dinny, this is a nice filly, and certainly I don't think anybody had any notion that anybody other than the two of them were going to decide this race. And On Fire Baby goes off at 2-5, and then you could really see. Even though Amy's Dinny hung in, very grimly and gave her everything down the stretch, Joe Johnson was sitting so chilly around the turn on Baby. You could just see that she was just cruising very comfortably, and he really only asked her for a run, from what I could tell, for 150, 200 yards?
Yeah, I think maybe he gave her a little nudge at the half mile pole. Believe me, Ron's horse, Amy's Dinny, she was a lot better horse than I gave her credit for going into the race. I knew she was gritty, but I didn't know she was that gritty. And Joe sees that, to have Mapo, he could see that she was up there with her ears pricked and going awful easy on her own. So he decided to ask Baby to go up there and check her out and see if she was really gutsy or what was going to do. And he asked her at the half Mapo. It only took her, about 3 jumps to get up there to her. And then he just went side and side with her and just see which was. And she gave her a good horse race. And then, like you said, then when Joe said, "Look, okay, baby, let's go," she took off and she got her thing. But it's probably, for her next race, it's probably a real good deal because it made her do something that we ain't had to do with her yet. You know what I'm saying? And she knows exactly now if she gets into a dogfight, she's got to go when Joe says go, and she did. So it was really good all over, and she galloped out real good. So
on that topic, in terms of what might be lying ahead, and I'm not going to, obviously there's not going to be a Derby or an Oaks decision now, not until we get a lot closer.
I mean, we don't have we're going to wait till we get her back training here. She's going to walk. I'll walk her 3 and 4 days if she'll let me. She probably won't let me walk her 4 days. I'll probably only be able to walk her 3 days, and then we'll go to her training, and then see how everything goes from there, and pick our next spot as opposed to either Fantasy or the Arkansas Derby.
In terms of what you think the benefits of facing the boys might be, is it more?
I don't think it's probably. I don't know. Right here, it's $1 million compared to 300,000.
Well, there's a fair point.
That's a little bit of a. I mean, here that's the thing. When you get, I don't know. It's. I mean, she's gonna be competitive wherever she's at, and I'm sure it's gonna be a lot easier as Philly. I would think, unless. I don't think Asmussen's horse is ready to come back yet, but I haven't really heard where she's at or nothing. I don't know where.
She's not. I don't think she's worked. I don't think she's worked at all, Gary.
I don't think she has neither. So we're gonna just take it easy and just make our decision as we go one by one, and hope she just stays like she is now, healthy and sound and everything like that. And we just take it as time, and she'll make her own ground stump. She just, if you watch her, she's a dream to watch, and everybody can, when she breezes, she's something. Now she does that 59 change in a minute and gallops out in 12 and change like it's nothing to it, So, it's just going to be I say it'll probably be 2 or 3 weeks before we make a decision where she's going to run.
Well, and whatever's going to go forward. I mean, you look already at this resume. She's now got the 2 Grade 2 wins, the Pocahontas and the Goldenrod. She adds her first graded stake win as a 3-year-old. Continues to build this resume. And I suppose the one thing that we haven't visited for a while. I mean, this gets her back to 1 1/16, and the next time around we'll get her to 1 1/8. I mean, she's by Smoke Lacken and out of the Gilded Time mare Ornate. And give us a little bit of a perspective, Gary, on the continued stretch out. And you said she galloped out well.
To watch her stride, you just got to think all the distance is coming from her mom.
Yeah.
From Ornate, because High Heels could go long. Her other sister, the winner Grade 2, they can all. The mare's throwing the distance. That's all there is to it. The mare's she's putting them out, and they can run. If they stay sound, they'll run all day. And that's why I said 1 1/8 or 1 1/4 wouldn't bother her at all with her stride, because she can come from off of it. She can go to the front, or she can stalk. She's push button, so. We got a lot of things going for us. It's something I ain't never had before of this high quality. I mean, I had Judge TC and High Heels and Packet. They all ran hard. They were real good horses, but not this much of a press button horse. I mean, Joe comes and gets on her every morning because that's how good. He gallops her. He does everything on her. I mean, it just makes his day to come and get on her. So it's something, it's something you just don't see all the time. It's pretty daggone good.
The other mare, you mentioned High Heels. There was also the sister. There was French Kiss too, right?
French Kiss, and she comes from left field. I mean, she was little, but she still went the distance. She went 1 1/16. I think she even went 1 1/8 race. If I'm not mistaken, I think she went 1 1/8 race with Keeneland. But she's, they've all went long. The whole family's been long. This one here, she went 5 1/2 her first time out. So she can do it all. That's why it was so, she's gonna My Ornate is not going to hurt her at all.
Did you train Ornate?
Yes, I did. I trained Ornate.
Okay.
She was not near as good as her foes. She was okay. She was a hard knocker, but she was a little not. She went a stake at Kentucky Downs, on the grass. But she wasn't as consistent as these horses were. As High Heels and French Kiss and this filly here, she wasn't that consistent. And she had a little temperamental problem she had to go through every day. But this horse here is just smart. This is the smartest one of the whole bunch. And I just got off the phone about 20 minutes ago to Lee McMillan, who breeds all of them at his farm there. And he told me to hang on because the best one's still in the barn. The Tisnell colt. She's got a Tisnell yearling now, Ornate. That he really loves. That's what he was telling me today. He said he believes that horse is going to be one of the best ones I've ever had. So that's something to look forward to. High Heel's sister comes in, and when I get back at home in Kentucky, High Heel's full sister comes. So I'm having a good time right now.
Well, and you certainly deserve it. And the more you talked and you started talking about Joe Johnston and it's making me think about the same kind of story that came out of Fairgrounds when you think about Hal Wiggins and Rachel Alexandra. It's really a very similar. There's a lot of similarities to these two stories.
Yeah, I mean that's good to be even thought about in that category, and especially for Anita, it's really great for Anita. I mean, you can just watch her eyes; she glows. I mean, it's great. I mean, she's been in this and stuck in this thing, and it's paying off for her. So it's really good, and I love to see it for her. She couldn't be a better owner. I don't care. There's not a better owner, and it's something. It's just a dream come true right now.
Yep.
So
and then there's
we're having a good one.
Then there's we haven't even talked about Joe and about what it means for Joe.
Oh, I know. He's been here for 25 years with me. So 24 years, I think. 24 years, I think he come. He came here 25 years ago. Joe came here in the barn. He started out walking horses and then rubbing horses, and he's been here, and it's good. It's good.
Well,
life's good.
Exactly, and
baby's put a little bit of spice in all of our life. Let's put it that way.
and as you said, she's made a bunch of fans, and this will be a great story moving forward. And keep her happy, keep her healthy, and Red Dog always fun to have these conversations. And there's going to be more. So continued success. I appreciate the visit very much.
You bet. All right, Steve. Thank you, buddy.
You got it. Gary Hartlage, everybody.